All right, y'all, what's up? Tonight we're on part two of A Cafe at the End of the World, A Strange Arrival. So we left off with the character of Loon. She just arrived at this random cafe in the middle of nowhere, basically, and we don't know if it's another realm, dimension, or somewhere, just somewhere abnormal, um, somewhere nowhere at the same time. And then we have Aiden, who's the person who runs the place that she arrived in, the cafe, and we met. I think his name was Rowan. We'll see right now, though. All right. Sound: soft clink of porcelain, distant hum of a kettle. Loon: I keep waking up in the middle of a dream, but this time it felt like I woke up inside it. Aiden: morning, Loon. Tea first. Explanation second. Loon: please. My head feels less foggy, but the pieces don't fit yet. Sound: Aiden sets a cup down. Faint ceramic cup. Aiden: they're not supposed to fit all at once. Memories come back slowly here, like steam on a window. Loon: I dreamed of a hallway. I was running out, but I couldn't tell if I was going towards someone or away. Aiden: both can feel the same when you're scared. Loon: is that normal? To remember feelings before faces. Aiden: very. The heart remembers first. Names and details are shy. They follow when they're ready. Loon: it's strange. I feel a little clearer, but that just makes the empty spots sharper. Aiden: clarity can sting at the edges. It's still a process. Loon: you said memories come back slowly here. Here, as in this cafe or wherever this is. Aiden: here, as in this pause you found yourself in. The cafe just gives it a shape you can sit with. Loon: in the dream, I kept thinking, don't be late. I think I left someone waiting for me. Aiden: then they're probably the next piece that you will find. Loon: and until then, I just drink tea and wait for my own mind to catch up. Aiden: you don't have to wait. You just have to be here. The rest will come when you're ready to see it. Loon: you keep saying that when I'm ready. Pause. It sounds kind, but it doesn't tell me anything. Aiden: you're right, it's vague. Sound: spoon circles inside of a mug, slow and steady. Aiden: think of this place as a breath held between sentences. Not the story itself, just a space where you decide what the next line will be. So, I'm what? Hiding in punctuation? Aiden: resting in it. People find their way here when moving forward feels impossible and going back isn't an option anymore. Loon: that sounds like something terrible happened to me, to whoever I left waiting. Aiden: something heavy, yes, but the cafe doesn't force you to look at it all at once. Loon: you talk like this is normal, like you've explained it 100 times. Aiden: I've poured a lot of tea for a lot of lost people. The details change, the rules don't. Loon: then say the rules plainly. No metaphors, no soft edges. Sound: the kettle clicks off. A brief hush follows. Aiden: plainly, you can't leave until you're ready. You can't force your memories. No one else is here to, you know. that's allowed to drag them out of you. Loon. Can't leave as in locked doors or as in something worse. Aiden. As in the door won't mean anything until you understand why you came. Until then, it's just a frame with weather behind it. Loon. Well, that's not comforting. It feels like I'm trapped in my own head with a nice wallpaper. Aiden. You're not trapped, you're between. The cafe is just in the shape that between takes you so you don't have to float in the dark. Loon. And the person I left waiting, are they here too, or on the other side of that left between? Aiden. That's something only your memories can answer. If I guessed, I'd be stealing that moment from you. Loon. It feels unfair. You know more than you're saying, and I'm the one sitting here with holes where my life should be. Aiden. I know enough to pour tea, listen, and keep you safe while you remember. The rest, I promise, you'll get it. Just not all this morning. Loon. So, your promise is, it'll make sense later, and I just have to trust you until then. Aiden. My promise is, I won't lie to you. And I won't leave you alone with the hard parts. When the truth comes, I'll be right here. Loon. The hard parts. I think one just brushed past me. Aiden. What do you feel? Sound. Porcelain clicks softly against a saucer as Loon sets her cup down. Loon. It's a light flicked on in a room. I don't want to look into too white, too bright. Aiden. You don't have to force it into focus. Just tell me the edges. Loon. Edges are metal rails, a curtain on a rack, that disinfectant smell. I know that smell. Sound. A faint, high electronic tone seems to rise in Loon's memory. Not in the room. Loon. There's a beeping sound. Steady. Like a metronome that's judging me. And sometimes someone's crying. Not loud, like they're trying not to scare me. Aiden, you're doing well. You're here, in this chair, and you're safe. The rest is just a memory passing through. Lou, it doesn't feel just anything. My chest hurts. I can't see faces, just a hand. Mine? No, smaller. I'm holding it too tight. Sound. A chair leg scrapes faintly as Aiden shifts closer. Aiden, can you breathe with me? In for 4. Out for 6. Let the picture stay blurry if it needs to. Ooh. If I let it blur, I'm afraid I'll lose them again. Whoever's in that bed, I left them. I know I did. Rowan. Memory's a tide, Loon. Brings things back, but it also shows you what you tried to drown. Loon. You went there a second ago. Or here. Rowan. Grief rarely knocks before it sits down. I just follow where it pulls. Loon. The crying is closer now. It might be me or them, I can't tell. All I know is I should have been there longer. I should have stayed. Aiden. Guilt likes to rewrite the scene, so you're always the one who failed. The memory will feel sharper than the truth. Rowan. beeping, white walls, held breath. Sounds like a place where time pretends to be in control. Loon. A hospital. It has to be a hospital. Why does that word make my hand shake? Sound. Loon's finger drummed restlessly on the tabletop, uneven and quick. Loon. Someone is waiting for me to come back through these doors. I promised I would. I can feel them. I can feel the promise like a knot in my throat. Aiden, you don't have to untie it all today. Not in one sitting. Rowan, knots remember the shape of what they held. When you're ready to pull the thread, the rest will follow. Loon. But what if they're still there? On the other side of that beeping, thinking I abandoned them. Aiden, wherever they are, this moment isn't you abandoning them. It's you turning back toward what happened. Loon. It feels like I'm already too late. Rowan. Late for what's past, perhaps. Right on time for understanding it. Loon. You talk like you've already remembered everything. I barely have fragments. Rowan. Fragments on the second morning? Most people here spend days insisting they just tripped on a dream. Aiden. Rowan. Rowan. What? I'm complimenting her. She's braver than most, and she's letting the light in even if it stings. Loon. Doesn't feel brave. Feels like I opened the door by accident and now it won't close. Sound. A spoon clinks once against porcelain as Aiden stirs a cup that doesn't need stirring. Aiden. Doors don't have to be walked through all at once. You can stand in the frame for a while. Rowan. True, but some doors only appear when you're almost ready to step through. Loon. Almost ready for what? You keep talking like there's a test I didn't study for. Rowan. Not a test. More like a conversation you've been dodging with yourself. The kind that starts with, why did I leave? Aiden. Rowan, you're crowding her. She's still finding her footing. Rowan. Footing's easier to find if you know what you're standing on a bridge, not solid ground. Lou. A bridge? To where? Back to that hospital room? Back to the person I left there? Sound. The cafe's faint hum seems to dip, like the room is holding its breath. Back to the moment you walked away, yes, and beyond it if you let yourself look. Aiden. She doesn't need beyond right now. She needs to know she's not doing this alone. Lou. You both keep saying I'm here like that means something more than just sitting in a chair. Rowan. Here means you're in the one place that doesn't flinch when the truth walks in. That's rare. Aiden. It also means we move at your pace. Not the cafes. Not Rowan's. Yours. Rowan. I can't pretend the tide isn't rising, Aiden. She's already remembering promises. It's early. Loon. Early for what? You keep circling it like there's a word that you won't say. Rowan. Early for seeing that someone was left on the far side of that beacon. And that you're not just visiting this place. Aiden. Rowan, that's enough. Sound. Chairs creak softly as the tension settles between them. Loon. If there's something I'm walking toward, I'd rather know than feeling it breathing down my neck. Rowan. Nah, you're walking toward the moment you admit you couldn't keep every promise you made, Aiden. And when that moment comes, we'll be right here. One breath at a time, Loon. Nothing has to be decided this second. Loon. Then stay. Both of you. Until I'm ready to open that door on purpose. Sound. The overhead lights dim a shade. The warm glow pooling at the edges. Loon. Did the lights just change, or am I finally losing it? Rowan. You're not losing anything. The room just heard you ask it to stay. Aiden. It's probably just the old wiring. Building has a mind of its own sometimes. Rowan. You say that like it isn't listening when you say things like, probably. Lou. Listening? To what exactly? My panic? Sound. The light above Loon's table flickers once, then steadies into a softer, amber tone. Rowan. To your way, to the way your chest tightened when you said, left someone behind. It's echoing you, Aiden. Rowan likes to make the cafe sound grander than it is. It's just a place that adjusts. Loon. Adjust? How? It got colder when I mentioned the hospital yesterday. I thought I imagined that. Rowan. You didn't. It went cold because you did. The room flows, the weather inside your ribs. Sound. Faint hum returns. Warmer now. Like a kettle just before the boil. Lou. So, when I feel like I'm standing on that bridge you mentioned, the cafe feels it too? Rowan. It's the boards under your feet creaking when you shift your weight. It reacts so you don't have to say everything out loud. Aiden. If it ever feels like too much, tell me. I can't turn the lights up, open a window, put on some music if you like. Give the place something else to echo. Lou. No, it's okay. The way it changes, it's like proof I'm not just making this up in my head. No. Exactly. The cafe doesn't argue with your feelings, it just answers back in its own language. Lou. And I guess I'll try to listen when it does. Even if I don't like what it's saying yet. Lou. Listening isn't enough anymore. I need you to actually tell me what's going on. Aiden. You just woke here, Loon. You're still missing pieces. If I fill them in for you, they won't fit right. Lou. That's not an answer. You keep talking about it like I'll break if you say it out loud. Sound. A chair leg scrapes softly as Loon shifts forward, the air tightening. Rowan. Glass creaks faster when you tap the same spot. He's trying not to tap. Loon. Then maybe I'm the one who gets to decide how much I can take. Did I leave someone behind or not? Aiden. You remember the feeling of leaving? Not the shape of who. That feeling is real. The rest isn't ready yet. Loon. Isn't ready? Or you're not ready to say it? Sound. The hum of the cafe drops a note. The fridge motor stuttering before settling again. Rowan. Careful, Loon. Some answers are like opening a door that, at the top of the stairs, if you rush, you don't, and you won't see the drop. Loon. I'm already falling. Pretending there aren't stairs doesn't help. Aiden, if I tell you everything now, it could just twist what's trying to come back on its own. You'll start remembering my words instead of your life. Moon. So, I'm just supposed to sit here and wait for my brain to drip feed me my own past. Rowan. No, you're supposed to let the wound close from the inside out. Peel the bandage too early, and you bleed all over the room. Loon. What's the danger exactly? That I'll remember too fast, or that I'll remember something you didn't want me to know? Aiden, the danger is that you'll drown in it. And I won't be able to pull you back if you go under all at once. Sound. A spoon in Aiden's hand taps once against the mug. A small, sharp ring hanging in the air. Rowan. There are answers waiting, Loon. Just don't kick down every door the second you see a handle. Loon. Then start with something small. You said I woke up here. What does that make me to you exactly? A guest? A patient? Aiden. A guest. Always a guest. People don't end up here by accident. They come carrying something they couldn't set down anywhere else. Look. People. So, there are others like me. Forgetful. Stuck. Rowan. Black seashells washed up after a storm. Some still hold the sound of the ocean. Some only remember the sand. Loon. You keep talking in poetry, Rowan. I need plain language. What are they carrying? Aiden. Regrets. Fears. Words they never said. Sometimes it's one moment they can't stop replaying. Sometimes it's a whole life that feels unfinished. Sound. Cups settle into saucers. The faint porcelain chime threading between their words. Lou. And you just pour coffee and listen until they feel better. Then what? They walk out and forget this place? Rowan. They don't forget, they just don't come back like dreams that finish your sentence and let you wake up. Loon. So your guests leave once they've put their burdens down. Aiden. When they're ready to stop holding on so tightly, the cafe stops holding them. That's how it's supposed to work. Loon. Supposed to, but I'm still here, which means I'm holding on to something I can't even name. Rowan. Names come last. First comes the egg. That's how you know it's real. Loon. I keep seeing flashes. A hallway. A door that won't close. Someone calling my name and me walking away. Is that the burden? Leaving them? Sound. The fridge hums a little louder. A low vibration under Loon's words. Aiden. It could be part of it. Guests don't arrive empty-handed, even if they can't see what they're carrying yet. Loon. Then why me, Aiden? Why this cafe? Out of everywhere I could have ended up. Why here with you? Rowan. Because this is where the heavy things come when they're tired of being dragged through the dark. Aiden. You're here because something in you wanted a place that wouldn't look away. Whatever you left behind, it's tied to that wish. Loon. So I'm not just lost. I'm unfinished. And I don't get to leave until I figure out what I couldn't let go of. Sound. Steam sighs from the espresso machine. A soft exhale. That fills the pause. Aiden, you don't have to force it at all. Not all at once. Memories can bruise if you press too hard. Loon, I'm not pressing. They're pressing on me. It's like something is knocking from the inside. Rowan, then maybe crack the door, not tear it off the hinges. What's the first knock you feel? Loon, a hand. Someone's holding my hand. Small fingers wrapped so tight around mine it almost hurts. Sound. A spoon taps absently against porcelain. A tiny metronome. Aiden, do you feel where you are with them? Inside, outside, Loon. A hallway, I think. Fluorescent lights. The air smells like antiseptic and something sweet. Candy. No, fruit juice. Rowan. Hospitals like to dress their goats in bright colors. Maybe makes the walls less honest. Loon. There's a voice higher than mine, a child's voice. They're trying to sound brave, but it's shaking. Aiden, what are they saying, Loon? Loon, they're saying my name over and over. And then the sound of the cafe seems to narrow into quiet. The hums and clinks are falling away. Loon, don't go. They're pleading. Aiden, don't go. And I pull my hand away. Rowan. Some goodbyes start long before anyone says the word. You were already walking away, weren't you? Loon. I think I left them there. I think I chose to walk through the door and leave them behind. Aiden. Or you were made to choose something you never wanted. We don't know the whole moment yet. Loon. But I know, I feel it. Their fingers slipping, that voice breaking on. Don't. It's the weight, isn't it? That's what dragged me here. The sound. The special machine clicks off, leaving a softer, low hum in its wake. Aiden, whatever brought you here, it doesn't get to keep you forever. We'll untangle more of it tomorrow. Loon. Tomorrow feels so far away in this place like that. Never changes light. Aiden. It does change. Just slowly. I'll make breakfast. You'll complain about the coffee being too gentle. And we'll try again when you're ready. Loon. Keep saying that when you're ready. What if I never am? Aiden. Then I'll keep the kettle warm and the door open until you are. That I can promise. Rowan. Careful with the promises, Aiden. Tomorrows have a habit of moving the furniture when you're not looking. Loon. Moving the furniture. Rowan. You go to sleep in one room, wake up in another. Same house, different view, but what you think you'll face tomorrow won't stand in the same place. Aiden. Things shift, yes, but the cafe will still be here. So will I. Rowan. Walls can stay while doors wander. Just don't be surprised if the questions knock first next time. Loon. I'm ready. I'm already scared of tonight. What if that hallway shows up when I close my eyes? Aiden. If it does, you don't have to walk it alone. Think of this place instead. The counter, the cups, my very unthreatening apron. Sound. Porcelain clinks gently as Aiden sets a cup upside down. A small, deliberate ritual. Loon. And tomorrow, you'll tell me more about why I'm here. About who I left. Aiden. Tomorrow I'll answer what I can, and we'll listen for the rest together. That's my promise. Rowan. Just remember, Loon, tomorrows don't heal on their own. They borrow courage from the night before. Loon. Then I'll try to leave a little courage on the table with empty cups. Sound. The light seemed to dim. A breath. The cafe folding into a quiet, velvety hush. Aiden. Rest, Loon. Let the memories knock off softly for a while. We'll open the door more in the morning. Loon. Okay. Tomorrow then. Rowan. Until tomorrow decides what it wants to be. Alrighty guys, that is chapter 2 of A Cafe at the End of the World, A Strange Arrival. We are almost halfway through. We are on chapter 3. We have 3 more chapters after chapter 3 in total. Counting chapter 3, we have 4 more chapters. So, chapter 3 through 6 of A Strange Arrival of A Cafe at the End of the World. Good night.